Hey, welcome to today's discussion, where we're diving straight into signal or noise. Beyond the transform, we're going to talk about how to actually listen to what your process is telling you, instead of just slapping on some statistical transformation and hoping it all turns out perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty wild how often people want to force their charts into looking all neat and tidy. Today's overview pulls from a bunch of articles and documents written by Donald Wheeler and James Beagle III. If you're usually stuck on automatic fixes, like making your data look normal, stick around.
Right, and these documents argue you shouldn't just look at a number and hope it means something. Description is easy, but actually analyzing what's happening, it's a whole different game.
For sure. Most of us have seen reports where someone explains away a spike in inventory or a weird blip in measurements. But instead of digging into the real why, it's easier to spin a narrative that fits the spreadsheet.
Totally. You can almost picture managers just grabbing numbers, making a chart, and boom, story time. The documents we're referencing today remind us that without context, those numbers are just noise. Our aim is to cut through that, focusing on practical charting methods that don't rely on transforming the data just to force a normal look.
So let's get to the juicy bit, avoiding transformations and all those automatic fixes for normality. Honestly, trying to make your data fit a mold can hide important signals. Z charts and difference charts. They skip the usual standardization. No global standard deviation tricks. Just real moving ranges pulled from actual production runs. That way, you don't end up steamrolling your data into something it's not.
Spot on. And it's not just about avoiding math magic. The articles say always start with the actual time order of your data. If you ignore that, your charts won't tell you when a real change happens, or when you're just seeing the everyday noise a process makes.
Right, and it's easy to get obsessed with making your chart look perfect. But weirdly, those fixes can hide both big and small signals. Instead, process behavior charts use the context. Yeah, sometimes your data is messy, but that mess can tell you when you need to act, not just act because your chart said so.
Exactly. And you want to analyze, not just describe. Description is measuring how much. Analysis goes after the why. That's where charting comes in. Say you get a value that's way out of whack. A good process behavior chart will flag that as a signal. Otherwise, you risk chasing noise, spinning your wheels without fixing anything.
Also, choosing the right chart matters. Charts are awesome for data that comes in a time series. Don't lump stuff together just for mathematical neatness, and when you're working with average and range charts, only group together data that behaves the same. If you mix apples and oranges, your chart becomes useless.
Plus, before you ever try to build a model or go snooping for patterns, ask yourself, is your data telling you when something truly changed? Rely on empirical charting. Look for behavior in time, not assumptions from formulas or software. And remember, the real signal shows up when you respect the process's voice, not when you force everything into normality.
So, to wrap up, don't treat statistics as some sort of magic wand. Focus on the actual process, use real charting, and leave the transformations and normalization moves for someone else.
That's it. Watch out for the noise masquerading as signals. Catch the moments that matter. Stick with robust charts and let your data do the talking. Thanks for joining us.